Hello, 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 everyone. Hello to everybody. How you guys doing? Thank you for joining. It's a pleasure to be with you with my new video. And I am sure that you guys will enjoy that new video. Thank you for your patience. I know that you guys have been waiting for this video, and it has taken me a little bit to come up with this one, but I had a few things that was going on, but now thank God everything's in control for now. First and foremost, I would like to thank everybody that did subscribe to my channel. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. I do appreciate you. And everyone that did view it, everyone that did share my video to friends and family, I thank you very much as well from the bottom of my heart. Thank you. And thank you to everyone that did send their comments. I did read them. Thank you so very much. I am so happy to read them. I read every single one of them. Thank you so much. And if you haven't subscribed to my channel, please do so. And if you haven't put any comment to my other videos, please feel free to do so after you watch them. Well, I'm sure you're gonna like as well. And don't forget to put your comments. That's important to me, okay? That's important. All right. Let's move on. There is 15 things that I would like for you guys to avoid as much possible. Those 15 elements, you must try your very best to avoid them, especially when you have children in the relationship. So my title is 15 elements that you must avoid when you have children outside of the relationship, okay? 15 elements that you must avoid when you have children outside of your relationship. So if you want your relationship to have success and manageable, you must avoid these things. If you do that, I guarantee you that you will find success and your relationship will have balance. Okay? Let's move forward. The very first thing, number one, don't get into the relationship with the idea of I will flip things around to satisfy my ego. Because you know you want the person, you care about the person, and you love the person, but you don't want the package. You don't want the full package, in other words. So the person have children, you want the person, but in your mind you're saying that, oh my gosh, I want this man, but I wish he didn't have children. I wish I could erase them. I wish I could do this and that, etc. So you can't do that, unfortunately. Because when the children are here, you can't erase them. You can't put them aside. You can say, okay, listen, I'm going to go with you. I'm going to be with you, but this got to be aside. You can't do that. Okay? So, number one, don't get into the relationship with the idea of flipping things around to satisfy your own ego. So, when you're in the relationship, get in with the idea of we. Okay? Not I, but we. That's very important. So, number two, don't accept or enter the relationship without being true to yourself. If you know you cannot accept the package, you know it's too much, you know you do not want a man or a woman with children, don't do it. Okay? Make sure you try your very best to put your feeling aside to say, listen, feeling, I'm sorry. This is not what I want. Okay? And then move on. Instead of you get into the relationship, say, you know what, when I get in, I'm going to change things. When I get in, you know what, I'm going to make sure I do this part, but don't do that part. Or I'm going to ignore this one and I'm going to do that one. So don't do this. Or come into the relationship and say, you know what, I'm just going to pretend that it doesn't exist. I'm just going to pretend it doesn't exist. You can't do that. So you can't say it doesn't exist when it is existing. So be careful with that. So be true to yourself, okay? Balance things before you accept it. So be true. Don't pretend things. Don't fake things. Don't fake yourself. That's number two. So, number three, don't come up with rules that can be imposed. If you're imposing things, there'll be a problem. Because the person may do something for you today, accept to do something for you to do today just to please you. But in the long run, the person may change their minds and say, you know what, forget this. I just did this to please her or please him, but now I can't do it anymore. So be careful of the rules you're coming up with. That's important. Okay? Or you may come up with a rule and said, listen, you have to choose between me and your child, or you have to choose between me or whatever, you know? So you have to be careful. Don't put the person in a position that the person have to make hard decision, and the hard decision may hurt somebody at the end, especially the child. You need to be careful with that. Okay, because you don't want in your conscience for tomorrow for the child to say, you know what, you're the one that caused my father is not in my life. You're the one that caused my mother is not in my life today. So don't put the person in a situation that you know it's impossible. So don't do it. Right there, that to me, when you do that kind of stuff, that don't call love. That's called selfishness. You're selfish. Okay? So don't do that. Put yourself in a position that it is we. Because I accept you. I know you have children in the beginning. You know what? Let's do it. So if you're in a situation too that the person lied to you in the beginning, or you didn't know about the children, or you find out about the children and stuff like that. So if you really love the person, find a way to work it out if you want, if that's what you want. Because sometimes the person might be embarrassed to tell you at first. Maybe the person was afraid, or the person might be afraid of losing you. Or the person might think that it was too much. You may not accept it in the beginning. All these things, that's not excuses for the person to do it. But, you know, some man or some woman, they really care for you. They really love you. They really want to be with you, but they don't know how to do it, you know. So therefore, some of them find a way, you know, they find the lying is the easiest way to do it, which is not good. Okay, but that's another story. Okay, number 4. Don't say to one child, the other one is better than him or her. Okay, so that's a big problem when you do that. Because when the other one think about it, they can develop hatred towards the other one. So you don't want that. So don't let that word slip in your mouth ever. Even for your own children that you guys have together. So don't even let that happen. So now outside the relationship, for them to hear you say that, that's a problem. So watch out for that. So be careful with that, okay? Number 4, one more thing I want to add to that, treat all of them the same. Treat every children that in the relationship or outside the relationship, treat them the same. Don't neglect one, okay? You want to treat them like they are person. They are people like us, you know, like you, like your husband, like the other children. Treat them with respect, and so they can give it back to you in return, okay? That's important. Number 5, don't tell the kid negative things about the other, okay? So don't tell the kid negative things about the parent, especially that's a must. That's a no. That's a no. You can't do that. So I've heard parents saying to the other, or say in front of the children, or in front of the child, or you know what, your father is a deadbeat dad, or your mom, she cheated, or etc., or you know what, she put me in jail, or etc. You know, all these things, you have to be able to manage these things, to control yourself, to in a way that when you say certain things, it doesn't come out in front of them. Okay, that's important. Or I've heard women say too as well that, you know what, oh, he left me, he married that B person, etc., etc. Those things, listen, these kind of things, you can't be saying them in front of the children. Okay? When the child heard that kind of stuff, it hurt. And later on in life, they're going to remember. They're going to remember you said that to them. They're going to remember you said that about their parent. You know, you don't want that. Don't say bad things about them. So that's important. That's number 5. Number 6, don't enter the relationship pretending to be okay with everything when you know you are not. Okay? So say it up front. If something don't go well, something is hurting you, something is not right, say it from the get-go. Don't hold it and then down the line you bring it up. When you do that, that may hurt. So, and then you build something and then down the line you say, you know what, I can't continue. So don't get into the relationship to pretend to be okay when you know you are not. Okay? So that's very important. Don't fake yourself. In other words, don't fake it. Don't fake it. Okay? Be true to yourself. That's very important. Be true. If you can't handle it, say it in the beginning. That's important. So, number seven. Don't fight in front of the kids. That's a big one. Okay, that's a very big one. I've seen people arguing in front of the kids, they're fighting in front of the children. They even put hands on each other in front of the children. That's a no-no. You can't do that. Okay. So be civilized around the children. When you do that, they can copy you guys and then take it to school and acting, the same way you guys act at home to other children in school. And before you know it, the same thing you repeated in front of them, they're going to say it into the other kids. And the next thing you know, you're going to get a call from the principal. So you don't want that. Okay? So be careful. So, especially if the children, some of them, they may bring things to you and say, you know what, daddy did this or mommy did that. And then before you know it, you're going to say, she did what? He did what? And before you know it, you guys started it. And then here they are, like, they're looking at you like this. Oh my God, mommy and daddy fighting. Oh my God, look at this. They're having fun on you guys when you guys are arguing. And then, truthfully, if you guys did sit down and talked about it, I'm sure you guys will find a better solution than that. So don't give them that power, okay? So again, whatever the situation is, don't fight in front of them. Keep that in mind. So be careful, okay? I'm looking at my notes so I don't forget. All right, number 8, after visitation, don't question the kids. You know what? What did you see? How did your dad treated you? How did your mom treated you? And was there another man there? Was another woman there? What did they do anything in front of you? Blah blah blah. All these stories. Don't do it. Okay? Because the problem is not that you don't want to know, but the thing is you have to think about the children, the child, because what happened is they're gonna become a reporter to you. So they're not going to think, okay, I'm going to spend time with mom, I'm going to spend time with dad anymore. They're going to think that, okay, when I go there, I'm going to make sure I watch this, I observe that, so I can bring something to mom or dad. Okay, so, and then too, what's going to end up happening, they're going to come up with lies. Because when they can't find anything to tell you, they're going to come up with lies just so they can give you something. So you don't want that. So let the child spend time with their father or their mom. That's very important, okay? So the child can enjoy their childhood. You don't want a reporter. No, you don't want that. Okay, that's important. That doesn't mean that if something truly happened and offend the child is hurting, that you have to, oh, I don't want to know. No, you can't do that either. So you have to be able to listen, observe, and then see, okay, what he or she telling me, is it true? Is it something that I need to call? Question yourself before you even act. Okay? It's important for you to do that first before you react. Because when you do that, once it's out, it's out. So be careful with that. So the child reports something. Okay, I'm not saying for you not to believe your child because it's important. Sometimes we don't believe the children. What end up happening? They end up, get abused. They get up, be upset, and then all kind of stuff. So be careful. Make sure you guys observe. Make sure you guys listen, but not quick to ask question in terms of why did he do this? Did he do that? That kind of stuff. So be careful. So judge well before you react on things, okay? Okay, number 9, don't gossip with your friends and family about your ex in front of them. That's important. So when you do this, That's a problem. Even if some of you guys too, you gossip with your boyfriend or your husband about the other one too. You know why he did this? I can't believe his current wife now or current girlfriend now did this to me. Who does she think she is? All this kind of thing. When you do it, you have to make sure you don't say it in front of the children. That's important. Okay, all this stuff, guys, you cannot be saying those kind of things in front of the children, so that's important. Okay, so be careful when you're saying that kind of stuff, because even if you're upset with your husband now or your girlfriend now or your boyfriend now, be careful how you're saying it in front of them, because they can memorize things very quickly and they're very observant. So be careful, okay? So trust and believe that whatever you say in front of them, they will repeat it. They will repeat it to whomever, okay? So you don't want that. So be careful. Okay, number 10. Don't create confusion. Confusion is a no, okay? Especially with siblings. For example, you tell the brother one thing, you tell the sister one thing. And then what end up happening when they both get together, wait a minute, that's not what mom said to me. Wait a minute, that's not what dad said to me. What is this? So now they ended up hating each other for no reason. And then at the end, you know what's going to happen? They're going to have trust issues. And who caused it? You guys. So be careful. You say one thing to A and then you say another to B. And then when they get together, you're going to be in the middle. And then you're going to say, I can't believe my mom said this to me. I can't believe my dad said this to me. And then they can either grow up hating one another or not trusting one another. So be careful with that. That's important. That's very important. Okay? So don't create confusion. Don't. That's number 10. Number 11. Don't tell your partner not to go see their child. Don't tell your partner not to go see their children. You can't say that, okay? So if you and your partner have trust issues, you guys have to work it out somehow. Okay, work it out somehow. But that I can bring it up in another video for you guys to understand that part better. But if your partner cheated and you don't trust him or you don't trust her, so find a way to work things out for the child's benefit. Okay, as much as it's hurt, you have to find a way. Example, if you guys have to do if you guys have to do counseling, do counseling. If you guys have to check on each other, for example, you know what, you're gonna be there, how long you gonna be? Okay, 1 hour. The judge give me 1 hour. If you know you're gonna be past that 1 hour, make sure you give your girlfriend, your boyfriend a call and say, hey, honey, you know what? It's going to take me a little bit longer. You know, I'm just letting you know. But when you call, it's not that really you're doing your own business and then say that, oh, you know what? I'm calling just, I'm going to be with the child. So be careful with that. All right? That's important. So again, communication is key when there is infidelity in that relationship. So you have to be careful. Communicate with your partner. Okay? 12. Number 12. When your partner is out for visitation, don't call them 50,000 times. Some of you guys do that. I've heard it too. The person with the kid, the phone won't stop ringing because you kept calling him. You kept calling and he don't even, now he or she don't even focus on the baby anymore. Their mind is now on you. And say, oh my gosh, she's calling me now. Oh my gosh, he's calling me already. He's checking on me already. All this. And then the child is looking at you. Why did you even come? Why did you even, waste my time? They are smart. They are very smart. So make sure that you don't do that. Okay, so you want the child to spend time with their mom or their dad. Okay, so their quality times are special. Okay, that's important. If you know you're the type that your insecurity is very high, find a way that you three can come up with an agreement that, okay, you know what, the child will come to my house, or we as family will go someplace together. Okay, so that's important for you guys to discuss, so that way all these things won't be avoided. At the same time, sometimes some children, they want quality time with their parent, without the other wife be there or the girlfriend be there. So sometimes you have to respect that as well. Find a way to compromise. Okay. Or advice I can tell you is find yourself, get yourself busy. Read a book or watch some TV or go out with a friend or something. Once your mind is preoccupied, you won't even think about it. Keyword, okay? Get busy. Not busy, busy, do other things, but get busy in a way that you preoccupy your mind. Okay, number 13. Don't assume things. Don't always assume things. When you assume things, you can be mistaken sometimes. Okay? So make sure what you don't become paranoid, because sometimes you have so many things going on in your mind. Oh my gosh, what is he doing right now? Is he doing this? Oh my gosh, are they doing this? Are you there doing it? Is he really? So many things. So don't assume. And as soon he walked home or she walked home, well, what were you doing over there? You really with that child and things like that? So be careful, okay? That's very important for you guys to not to assume things. And other things I would like to add on this one is when you have older children. When you have older children, don't always assuming that he or she is with your husband or your girlfriend, okay? Sometimes that can create problems. And sometimes you can even lose a good relationship because of that, because of insecurity. That doesn't mean that if stepfathers, stepmom are abusing their stepchildren, okay? So listen to me well. I'm not saying if that's happening for you not to do research, for you not to be careful. I'm not saying that, okay? You have to be observant. You have to pay attention. You have to listen to the baby when they come to you, when they come to you with a subject like that, okay? Don't just assuming that it's not happening or just assuming it is happening. So observe, pay attention. Don't quick to say, you lying, oh, you are with my man, or you with my woman. Be careful. So this is a sensitive matter. So be careful how you take care of this matter. Okay, be careful with that. So that can be another video. I can discuss it more with you guys so you guys have a better understanding on that matter. Okay, but don't always assume things are happening when they may or may not happen really. Okay, so that's number 13. So number 14. So don't let jealousy overcome your thoughts, yourself, okay? In other words, your weakness. If you know you're weak about something, work on it, okay? Jealousy is something that can mess you up real bad, okay? Can make you depressed, can make you go in a deep depression, or jealousy can make you do things you don't want to be doing, okay? So be careful with that. Don't let jealousy overcome you. So stay in control. That's very important. Some of you guys, I've heard it, I've seen it, that when your child is getting older, and then you just think, oh, you know what, she's better than I, or he's better looking than I, or some parents can get jealous of their children too. So be careful of that. Some parent too can be jealous of the child too. Yeah. You don't really care about me. You don't really love. You just care about the other baby than mine. All this stuff. Get control over yourself and that situation. Okay? Remember, when you have control of things, you can better manage it. But when you get over yourself, you lose control. So therefore, you lose power. You don't want that. Okay? Always stay on top of things. Always stay in control of your mind, of your thoughts. So that way, when the real matter comes in front of you, you can deal with it. You can manage it. Okay, that's important. Number 15, that's a big one. That's a big one. Don't ever, ever, ever say to your man or your woman, don't you discipline my child. Don't you dare touch my children. Or don't you, how dare you put my child on timeout, etc., etc. Don't do that. Okay, you can lose a good man, you can lose a good woman on that matter. On that. That's number 15. Or if you know you're the type that if the stepfather or the stepmom talk to them and you feel offended and so quick, you know what? There is something more than that. You need to find what it is so that way you can solve this matter before you even get into any relationship. Because you're going to find yourself repeating the same thing over and over again, and that's a problem. If you have to tell your partner that, you know what, you have to wait when I come back, I can discipline the child, not you. Then you know what? You basically tell the child that I give you power over your your stepmom or your stepfather. That's what you tell the baby. Believe it or not. And then guess what they're going to say? You are not my mom. You are not my dad. You cannot tell me what to do. Who's cause of this? And you're going to say, Johnny, how come you say that to your stepdad? Well, you did. Unknowingly. So be careful when you do that. So you cannot tell the person that. So remember, you chose to be with the person. You chose to be one with him or her. So therefore, be a team. Be a team. So when you let that moment pass, when the child do something, and then you don't correct it right then, you can't reinforce that behavior because it's already gone. So be careful of that. So it is important for you to watch out for this. So those were my 15 elements for you when you have children outside of a relationship. Okay. So if you, trust me, if you avoid these things, trust and believe your relationship will be healthy. Because I don't know how many times I've heard people said, you know what, me and my wife or my boyfriend, my girlfriend, my husband, we are fine, but when it comes to that part, it's an issue. So avoid these things as much possible and you will find success. Okay, so find a way to work it out, find a way to make it work, find a way to communicate. Because again, I've said it before, and if I have not said it enough, I'll say it again. Communication is a big key to a healthy relationship. If you communicate, you will find solution. If you talk together, you sit down, you talk together, I guarantee you solution will come. But when you guys don't talk, your relationship will die. Okay? So stay healthy, stay well, talk together, avoid these things. I guarantee you, you will find success. Again, it was a pleasure being with you tonight. I cannot say thank you enough for the views, for the likes, for the comments, etc. So thank you again. Okay, thank you. So if you haven't subscribed my channel, please do so. If you haven't shared my channel, please do so. And also don't forget your comments. Your comment, it matters to me. I do read them. They're important. Don't forget to leave a comment. I appreciate that already because I know you love my channel and you will do so. Be well, stay well, take care.